why 90% of forex traders fail, how to avoid their mistake. Someone once told me that there are 3 ways to learn. You learn from your personal experience, what you have experienced. You learn from other people's experience. That's people that are successful. You want to be successful, you learn from successful people. Okay, one of the best things you can do is to learn from a successful person, because the person has the pathway to make you successful. And the third set of people that you can learn from are those that have failed. But most of the time in Africa, we don't want to learn from them because we dissect them and we believe that these people have failed already. Now, when you learn from a successful person, what you should do is you learn the pathway of what the person has done, and then you do the same thing, and there's a high percentage that you are going to also have the same result of the person. Okay, like myself, I can boldly say it. I was taught by West Bellis FX, and over the years I put in the works, and here I am today doing so well in trading. That is one aspect of it. Now the second aspect of it is learning from those who have failed. You learn what they have done and you avoid what they have done, and that is all what this training is all about. Just from that point, okay, we want to know what those that fail, what makes them fail, and this is what we want to do. We want to avoid the pit hole that they fall into. So if you are ready to journey with me and you are excited, kindly give me thumbs up to know that you are ready. Only 2 people, only 2. Okay, let's go. Now, as a matter of fact, do you know that over 90% of traders lose money in the forex market? This is a common language that people used to say. But why and how can you avoid being part of that statistic? These are things that you hear every day. 90% of forex traders. I decided to go ahead and do some research about it, and not just like is a known fact. People say that always. Then I tried to look at, okay, what are brokers saying about all these things, even Profem. And this is a statistic that I came up with. Okay, now approximately 90% of forex traders lose money is widely cited. Though exact figures can vary depending on the study and market conditions. So this is a study I was able to discover, I think, from 2 different sources. Okay, for instance, a study by Security and Exchange Board of India revealed that between March 2021 and March 2024, only 7.5% of retail traders reported profits. Can you see that? This is how many years? Okay, within a period of 3 to 4 years, only 7.2 percentage. This is a research carried out. Let's go to another one. Analysis of client accounts from CFD. You should know what CFD firms means. By the UK Financial Conduct Authority firms found that 82% of clients lost money. Okay, the other one, 7.2% were the ones that were profitable. Why here now we have 82%, approximately to 90% fails, and with the average losses of $2,200 in a given funded account. Okay, these are things that have happened, and that's one of the reasons why I used to tell people that one of the best things that has ever happened to forex trader at this our age is Profem, because Profem has helped an individual trader to reduce the risk drastically. Okay, if you have 2,200 pounds or euro or dollar, you don't need to put that into a Profem account this age, into your life broker account this age. You don't need to do that. Okay, even there are brokers that are saying that, okay, trade your account for some times and then we'll forward you with bigger investors' money. There are some brokers that are doing that now, that are springing forth these days. So one of the best things you can do now is also trade Profems, but that's not why we are here today. This statistic underscores the high risk associated with forex and derivatives, okay, trading, highlighting the importance of proper education. That is the first thing I want us to be aware of. Risk management, that is the second thing, and realistic expectation for those considering participating in this market. Now, the last statement I made now is what? Realistic what? Expectation, which most forex traders do not have a realistic expectation. They don't. They don't. For someone to say that I want to do so things in the forex market, the person must have acquired quite a number of knowledge, some disciplines and level of understanding of the market before getting to that. Okay, so this is a matter of fact now. I will have been able to see that. Okay, if I go on, I decided to just cut this short because from my research I discovered that there are quite a number of other things that are coming on board. And then, so even for POFM, I can give a POFM analysis. I have a PDF, about 2 PDF that I studied last year, and actually those PDFs helped me to be profitable. Okay, those PDF gave me, because after analyzing over millions of traders, okay, over across the globe, they were able to come to a conclusion of some things, and those are the things that we need to be aware of. So like I said earlier, the purpose of this gathering is for us to also learn from those that have failed and avoid what they've done. Okay, so let's look at the first mistake they used to do: lack of proper education. And that's the first thing. I've come across traders in the last few years, let me say 2 years, okay, over the 3 to 4 5 years that I've been in the industry, okay, but the last 2 years I've been privileged to come across different traders, and this is what I can say: some of them are not properly educated. They don't have proper education. They don't, and that's one of the beginning of their failure. Okay, many traders jump into the market with little or no money or no knowledge. And some of the things, this is another thing I would like us to know, that when you let your learning end up in knowledge, you can become a fool. But when your learning turns to a skill, then you can become wealthy. This is a known fact, but people do not want to practicalize those things. So it's not only about the knowledge also, but that you have been practicalizing it. And I can tell you the best form that I have adopted into training myself, which was the form at which I was taught. And what is this process? That every topic that you have done, okay, every topic that you have done, every topic that you have passed through, you must have a what? A practical explanation, or a practical, how will I put it? A practical chart to defend that. Whenever I teach, or my mentor teach at World Bellies FX, whenever you teach, one of the things we do is that you send in charts. Either it's a group of people or individual, you must send in your own chart. It is as important as you, because we know that if you have the theoretical knowledge, it's not going to lead to success. But because we understand that it is a practical knowledge, it's a skill, like you are riding a bike, like you are learning how to ride a bicycle, you are learning how to drive, you are learning how to fly a plane, you are learning how to swim. It's a practical knowledge. It's a psychomotor knowledge, not a cognitive knowledge. And because so many people, that's one of the reasons why if you buy any forex course, I can tell you that 80% of the time you will not be successful in trading, because that course has not helped you. I have bought courses before I was mentored. Okay, I bought courses and it does not lead to anything. But the first time I had a formal training, I was privileged to learn forex physically. I was going to the physical place. Of course, that was one of the advantage for me. Okay, so you having a proper knowledge and you are letting your knowledge to transit into action, I'm telling you that there's profitability that you are going to attain. I've tested this with my friends, with some other traders that I've trained, and I can see them making success day in and day out. Okay, so the first thing is that don't jump into the trading if you have not properly explained. Some people, they are when they talk, when they discuss with me, I know that this person has not been trained. I stumbled on a live on TikTok today. Let me just digress a little bit. And when I was there, someone just brought me up. I don't know if the person knows me or not. So then they were talking about change of character and change of structure, and they were saying jargons. When I explained, everybody kept quiet. I'm not bragging with this. Everybody kept quiet, and they just started clapping. That this is from a depth of knowledge. It's not only because I have studied quite a number of books or different strategies, or that I've been well taught, but because I have let this knowledge transit into action. I can do it. That's when you hear even my mentor, you hear Westbelly saying this over and over again, that I can do it and do it again. It will get to a particular point, you yourself can do it and do it again if you are properly what? Mentored, or you have a proper education. Okay, Forex is, some of the misconception is Forex is a quick money. It can be a quick money indeed. Let us be sincere with ourselves, but only when you have the proper education. When you have the proper education, for me now, forex is just for me to go into, to just wake up, look into the market and predict the market. I can tell you, I can analyze a pair within 5 minutes, and I will be able to get what the pair is doing. I can tell you that I can analyze a pair. Even 5 minutes is too much for me to know what EURUSD is going to do, or what gold is going to do, or all of that. 5 minutes is too much for me. It's even insult on my person to say that I want to analyze within 5 minutes. That is too much for me, because I have been able to let this thing to transit to what? Into knowledge. When we get to that level, I can tell you this for free, that you are going to achieve what? Success massively. Okay, so what is the solution? Invest in structured learning. This is one of the things I used to tell people. When someone just give you a course, a YouTube videos, and go and learn. I wanted to learn something about YouTube videos these days, and I bought a course, and the first video of the course, I couldn't watch it. Not because I'm lazy, but because I didn't even understand what the person is saying. I cannot ask questions. But look at this solution now. Invest in structured learning, mentorship, and continuous what? Improvement. Okay? Now, what is the key point? A strategy without knowledge is like a car without what? A fuel. So keep that at the back of your mind. Okay, so let's look at another problem. I try to bring this also into it, poor risk management. Some training also has left this house. And that's one thing I promised myself, that after I discover some things myself, I told myself that anybody I'm going to be teaching, after teaching them everything that I've taught them that is needed to be taught, there are some other things that are going to be in that package that will be emphasized on. Okay, so the biggest reason for blown account is improper risk management. Okay, common mistake: over leveraging on a single trade. I was explaining something to someone recently, and I told the person that it was also on a TikTok live maybe last week or so, and I was explaining something to those guys that they were saying if China and these people are doing business with so, and I said, look, forex go beyond that, because there's tariff on US. I can tell you that one of the reasons that US economy, you can see what is happening to dollar now, is because of that tariff. Someone was saying that because of the tariff that it will crumble Chinese government. No, it won't, because people do not even understand what is happening. When a government of a country increase the tariff of an imported goods, what will happen to that goods? That the goods will be much more expensive, because the person I want to sell, they are supposed to sell for 1 naira before, has the capacity to increase the price to 2 naira, to 3 naira, because of the tariff. Now, who are those people that will be paying? The government, the citizen of that country will be the one what? Paying. Okay, so these are the things that people don't know. Okay, I'm going to give a little pause. I think Mr. West will want to say something.
Obi, kudos to you. That's kind of like you're talking of public finance management.
Yes, sir.
The whole some way people fail to understand that there's something they call a physical policy instrument. Just government use tariff to kind of like lower the purchasing power of people. That's the summary. But people just base things on that of the assumption. No, that was a good thing. Oh, kudos to you. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. So let me continue with what I was trying to say. So that is much more even explained from a financial perspective now. Okay, but yet people were expecting US dollar with this. They were doing some other things that they don't understand. Lack of knowledge and lack of what? Having the full understanding of what market is all about. Okay, so common mistake: over leveraging of trades, risk too much per trade. Some people risk 10 to 20%. Of course, if you have a small account, okay, you can do that. Even by the matter of fact, since last year, I have not been risking up to 1% of my account. Do you know what thing I was just brainstorming yesterday? And something else came to my mind. I used to risk 0.7%. That's what I risk. I risk 0.7% all the time. And with my 0.7%, I want to make 1%. Now, if I'm able to make 1% and I probably just break even and I allow the other ones to run, of course, this is what will happen. Easily, I'll be able to make 1%. Easily. As in easily. And 1%, 2%, 3% is enough in the market. You have eliminated quite a number of pressure. All those other things that you are saying that, oh, it's my psychology. There's nothing like psychology. As a matter of fact, If you get to the level of what I'm talking about now, you understand that there's not like psychology. That this game can be beat. You can beat this game. You can overcome the pressure of this game if indeed you pass through someone that has the in-depth knowledge of the forex market, and of course can also what dish out this knowledge to you. Okay, so instead of, but the general thing that is accepted in trading is that risk 1 to 2% of your account. Okay, risk 1 to 2% of your account. There are quite a number of other things under this risk management. Cutting your losses short. There are quite a number of things that I have not mentioned and I just omit. But that is because these are the major things that people mistakes that people do, and that's why I just focus on that. Okay, follow the risk 1 to 2% risk per trade. Follow the 1 to 2 risk per trade rule. Okay, that is generally in trading. You can try to bring it. The higher the capital, the more I reduce my risk. Okay, the higher the capital, I reduce my risk. The higher the capital, I reduce my risk. Okay, and the least I want to go is 0.5. Okay, so with that, even when price is going, I can now begin to leverage on the inner money and add more and add more. I'm telling you that as a swing trader, sometimes I just pick 70 pips, 100 pips, and then I let price continue running to 60 pips. And I ask myself, why did I leave this trade? But do you know that since the day I started risking 0.7, I've stayed for up to a month before in a trade. Since last year, I'm giving you that if you have a system that works, you'll be able to do all these things. But when you already risk 1%, this is what, or let me say you risk 5%, this is what will happen. Immediately you are up with a very voluminous amount of money, a lot of money already, because that is 5% you are risking. Then, if there's a retracement, you will want to cut that trade. You don't want to hold it because you see yourself that the more the money is, you are already coming down massively again. All those things will destabilize you. But since I've been risking 0.7%, I'm telling you the fact. I can hold to it. I can just forget about it. Because everything has now been counts. My nerves has been counts and all of that. Okay, use proper position sizing. Okay, almost all the prop firms now do that. Okay, accept losses as part of the game and avoid revenge trading. Okay, accept the losses. With my 0.5, it is easy to me to accept. None of us here can accept 5% of your drawdown. None of us. No forex trader will accept 5%, because that is going to, the amount of money that you have is what you can afford. Then you are risking 5% of it. You are going to be in a mess. Okay, and these are the things that to avoid. Okay, so let's continue. I'm going to provide a proper solution to it towards the end of this training. Okay, now trading without a strategy. Now this is what I used to tell people, and this is not a popular opinion, but I know that is the real opinion. Of course, I'm not expecting everybody to accept my opinion, but I know that this is a proper and the best way to do. When what people call strategy in trading is not actually what strategy is in the real trading space. Professionals will never call it trading. When you say SMC, ICT, support and resistance, trend line Fibonacci, beat the market, Elliott wave, harmonic patterns, all of those things, that's what people call strategy. But they are not strategy. They are just tools. The best way you can call them is just analysis. But your strategy is the overall approach that you have already discovered after some journaling, and then discovering yourself, and then you put it into place. Let's read. Many traders enter trades based on emotions or random signals without a tested strategy. Common mistakes: jumping from one strategy to another. Okay, trading based on indicator alone without considering market structure and all of those things. Those are things that will cause delay in the market. They are mistakes, and you should avoid it. But how are you going to avoid something that you don't know? That's why we are bringing it to your table now. That's how we are bringing it to your table now. Okay, so solutions: stick to a proven trading strategy and master it. Prove to a techniques and overall techniques and master it. Use a trading journal to track performance and refine your approach. One of the things that I think this year we've already talked about journaling. I've explained to us how to journal. Okay, I don't know, maybe I have the video on YouTube. Maybe you can just go and search about that. But I've taught us how to journal this year. I remember vividly. Okay, I will still come on board again, maybe anytime this month, to explain how to have a monthly review of trade. Okay, I do that. I've not talked about that yet, but I will still talk about it for this community. as time goes on. Okay, so journaling, this is one thing. The day I started journaling, that's the day I begin to understand myself, man. Okay, now if you see great men that has ever passed through the surface of this earth, not even traders now, they journal everything they are doing. They journal what they have dreamt about, they journal what they have been able to achieve, they journal everything. Not only in trading, journal your process. That's journal everything, either on a YouTube page, on a TikTok page, on any page, or on your system, or on your Google Drive, or any way you want to do that. Journal every of your steps. I can show you when I started doing candlestick, when I was taught by Mr. West Bellis how to identify candlestick. Though I'm a smart student, by the way, by that time. Okay, so I think the person that we learned together never journal those things, but I was journaling because I learned from observation, and that's my own power. That is it. You don't need to tell me something before I know. I can see what you are doing. I saw Mr. West Bellis then that he has a personal TikTok. Whenever we come online, he just want to show us some things. We go to that personal Telegram channel of his own where he drops his charts. And within the first 1 week of me learning from him, I went to open mine. I opened mine, and it's still existing till today. Even when I've already upgraded, I had not deleted that. It's still existing on Telegram. Okay, where I drop charts as far back as the first lesson I had, and all of those things. Do that also. Okay, though you might not use the Telegram stuff is now updated, but you can also make sure you just journal one way or the other every of your trade. Whenever you journal a trade before you enter, it will help you to pre-plan that trade, and I will tell you it will calm your nerves a lot. Okay, so let's continue with what we have here: a psychological and emotional trading. Greed, fear, and impatience ruin most traders. Okay, I have been what is it called, a victim of this before. Okay, and I can tell you how it feels and how you cannot make progress when you still involve yourself with this. You cannot. It's not a cause. You cannot. I was explaining someone just in my compound yesterday. I was explaining something to them, and someone was telling me that the way to the top is like pyramid. That the poor people are many are the below, and then we have few people on top. I said that's not my problem. That's not my problem. But what I focus on is that, is it achievable? If someone can get there, can I get there? Now, this is what I've discovered, that success, you can learn success. Don't let anybody deceive you. Success can be predictable. Someone like myself, if you now begin to hear about me doing some crazy things later, of course, you will just be laughing. I know this guy. This guy has been in the journey. Okay, for everything I've even been able to achieve the last 1 year, not having a 9-to-5 job, I'm telling you, it's because of things I've done 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. If I don't take the decision of learning 4, 5 years ago, I won't be able to do. I cannot talk to you like this. I will still be the normal music guy going to everybody's house to go and teach them music. I won't be able to do what I'm doing now because I have been able to spend some time. I've been able to work on myself. I've discovered my greed, my fear, and my impatience, and I worked on those things. Now, this is what I will say on that. If you are ready to change, everything will change. People around you will change. Your income will change. Your bank account will change. Okay, your view will change. Okay, people that talk about you will change. Everything will change if you are ready to work on yourself. So what are the common mistakes? Common emotional mistake: closing trades too early out of fear, over trading due to excitement or revenge. There was a particular time I was passing profit, and then when I get to final stage, I will lose it. Let me tell you what happened. That is what? Excitement. Okay, and I worked on that. I was intentional about it. Okay, that if I pass this profit, the next thing I found myself within 2 days, I blew up the account because I'm not doing what has made me to pass that profit. And then what is that has made me not to do what I was doing before? I discovered is what is excitement, and I create a system towards that. I will give you an example. Someone yesterday also reached out to me. Oh, this profit has been passed. We are doing a kind of a trading room. Okay, due to the system that has been created, the person exceptional passed the profit, and then the person was like, "Can I see trade today?" I said no, because I understand the fact of the place of excitement. No matter how good you are, that emotions. You do know one thing, that emotion is one of the problems that people have on earth. But if you can control it, if you can work on yourself and master yourself, that is why you hear so many statements of Paul in the scripture saying, I have put myself I have put my body under subjection, that I that have been able to that have preached the gospel, I might not be cast away. He said, I mortify my flesh. You will hear him saying those things, that not that I cannot ask you for food, but because I don't want to be a burden upon you, because he's working on himself daily. He said, I work upon the high calling daily. I'm trying to use these scriptures now to also help you to understand that everything that we are doing on this earth is to master ourselves. And the better you start mastering yourself, the earlier you start mastering yourself, the better it is for you. So I'm only trying to say these things passionately so that you'll be able to understand it. I don't want us to come to trainings like this and then we go back, we are still the same. It's as if a preacher is preaching and then you are still the same. No, you should, because word is powerful. As I'm dishing it out, take necessary notes and then work on yourself. What are the solutions of this? Okay, develop discipline. It's a book I'm reading currently. It's titled The Power of Self-Discipline. Brain Tracy, No Excuse. That's the title of the book. The book has helped me in a lot of ways. If you read books, I got learning of books also from my mentor. I used to read books though, but he encouraged me more. And this year alone, I can't tell you the amount of books I've laid my hands upon. Okay, I make sure I get that habit of buying books every month. Do that. You are turning yourself into something else. And when you are finally done, people begin to ask you, why are you so special? Because you have been able to, let me just digress a little bit. I was explaining something to some parents recently. Okay, just some of my friends, but they have 2 kids. And I was saying that one thing I discovered about my parents, or the parents in my generation, as our parents, what I discovered is that while they were training us, they focused on training us, they stopped developing themselves. And when it got to a particular point that what they possess could not fetch them money again, then they got broke, they got poor. They never planned to be poor, but because when they started giving birth or started having children, the focus shifted. They stopped taking care of themselves. They stopped doing what some of them supposed to continue their studies. Some of them supposed to continue after master to get degree to become a professor. They stopped that. They focused on sending children to school and all of that. And some of them, of course, having a lot of children also affected them. Now they could not proceed again. Some of them, even their children will be talking, they could not comprehend what their children is talking about, because what? They failed to develop themselves. So one thing I told myself is that no matter how I want to give my child the best education or the best life, I also don't want to be outdated. I keep on upgrading myself. As he's going, I go alongside with him. And that is the best thing you can do to yourself also. Okay, so that's just digressing. And this also comes into what? Trading. Okay, be disciplined and work on your emotion. Emotion can be subjected. Why will someone that humanize stop humanizing? Because the person can work on control. There's possibility of working on control. As a fat person can reduce weight drastically, so also, I repeat myself, so also you can work on your emotion. You can stop being lustful. The Bible talked about those things a lot. Okay, it said mortify your mortal flesh. Stop those things. There are quite a number of things and there are ways. It's just that you are conscious of it and you work on it. Okay, someone that is smoking can stop smoking. If someone that can smoke, that loves smoking, stop smoking, meaning that you can discipline yourself even with those emotions that you are shouting. Oh, I know sometimes I hear people saying that this is just me. I love small time frame. I used to tell people, look, you can work on yourself and stop that. There's nothing that is permanent. Human beings are dynamic. We are not animals. As I'm talking to you today, if I give the next 1, 2, 3 years of my life to learn Chinese language, I will be able to speak it. If I try to learn any other language, Arabic, I will be able to do that. Why? Because I have given myself to it. So as you can change at any given age, so also you can work on those things that is holding you back. And there's a training coming on board, a master class. I will also be one of those people that will be taking this master class, and I bet it with you. Every of these things, I will explain it in depth. But that's not where we are going for now. Let me continue. Focus on process over profit. That was one of the realizations that I realized, that what if I give myself time to grow? And this was from observation. I discovered the way my son started growing. Now he's now blabbing some words now. He's now doing some jumping all around now. Start doing some pushing all around now. I saw him growing. And I told myself, in this trading also, let me go. Give yourself time to grow. Don't become a billionaire overnight. I can tell you there's nothing. Let me even say this. It will shock you. Let me give you a shocker. Even ritual takes a process. Even that takes a what? A process. So allow yourself to grow. Think of progress, that you have been able to pass 2-3 profit, and you can do 1-2-3 withdrawals. Think about that. $50, $20, $30, $100, $200. Think about that. If you can make profit of 200, 300 consistently, that same person will make 30, and then will make 50, and then will make 300 as time goes, and be able to make what? 1,000s and hundreds of dollars. Because you are thinking in process, because you have mastered the act in the place of little, okay, then you master it. So think of process. Focus on process over what? Profit. I believe you are gaining. If you are gaining knowledge, if what I've been saying so far has been tremendous, give me thumbs up. Let me know you are following me. Okay. So let's move to the next thing. No clear trading strategy. Okay, no clear trading strategy. Many traders rely on random strategies without backtesting. I think I've said this earlier. I think I repeated this. I don't know. Okay. Now, failure to adapt to market condition. Yes, I remember those days. We just want to enter this trade. It's already, there was something I did recently. I was selling, I think, a particular pair, and it went to my profit, and I saw that it's reversing. I just left. Then I saw that this thing wants to buy, and I entered for a buy, and it moved massively. I will give you an example. EURUSD. EURUSD from onset, I think EURUSD and which other pair? There's one other pair, I can't remember now. Is it Euro card? I can't remember. I think that too. I was looking for a sell bias. But immediately I saw that this and this do not happen. What happened? I switched.
USDD.
Is it USDD? Thank you, Mr. Taiwo.
Yes, sir.
I switched. That is meaning that I adapt to what? The market condition. Look, these are things that when you understand everything that I'm dishing out here, there's no choice. I can tell you that I have gotten to the state that I can make out a profitability or a profitable trader out of you. And that is the best. I can tell you, you don't need any other platform than this platform you found yourself. Just listen and work on every damn thing I'm talking about here. Okay? So, market change. What works last month may not work today. But there's one thing, let me give you one hack. What will continue working forever? Do you know that? Let me tell you that support and resistance will always work forever. Your levels, that thing is angelic. Okay? So, but dynamic just change. Lack of adaptability leads to failure. No doubt. Solution: learn to adjust strategy based on different market conditions. Okay? Now, how to avoid these mistakes and become a successful trader? Invest in Forex education. There's no doubt about that. Learn technical fundamental analysis, take courses, read books, and practice on demo. Join mentorship programs or training community. I asked something about this. Let me say something about this a little. Someone told me, I think I watched a video, and someone said there is this Indian doctor, a dentist, living in the US that is the best dentist all over the world. He said up to till now, this man has not invented anything, has not discovered anything, but the man always watch broadcasts, go to seminars. A small person is doing that, but they now ask him, how do you become a successful and the best dentist all over? and even master some inventions than the person that invented it. He said because he learned from everybody and all around. Till today, I still love to watch traders analyzing, because there will be one thing. I was in a gathering recently and someone talked about, I wrote that thing down. I've never heard of that thing in trading before. Is it? I can't remember, but I wrote it down. And then I started making my research about it. Straight away, I started making my research about it. That is what it means to love learning. You have to love learning and learn more and learn more. Whatsoever you do, continue learning. And like I said, don't let anything in the world, nobody in the world should stop you from learning, from developing yourself. Let me give this out. Something I'll be saying that will sound small of motivations, but there are real things in trading. Now, I've discovered some things that there are 4 aspects of your life that you should develop, and these are I divide that into 4. Personal development into 4. The first one is develop daily. Yes, I love what Mr. Taiwo said. Learn without apology. That's it. Daily, okay. These are the 4 things that everything you are doing that is called living should improve. You should improve. One of the things, exercise that you should do in a day should improve your spiritual life. That you read scripture, you pray, you listen to gospel music, or if you're a Muslim, you listen to Quranic verses and all of that. Okay? Just do one thing that improve your spiritual life. Second thing, as a man, is your finances. You should do one thing every day, or listen to one thing every day, or read a book every day that increase your finances, that helps your financial education. Okay. The third one is your health. Okay. Do an exercise, do something every day that will improve your health. Okay. And the fourth one is your family, your relationship, your communication skills. Okay. Basically, that's under communication skills. Do something that will help you to increase how you talk. You should be able to communicate. At this 21st century, is not this age is not an age that you will not be able to talk. Okay, learn how to talk, to communicate what you have. Okay, so I will be fast now because we are behind schedule. I want to make sure in the next 15 minutes I finish up this. Okay, use a solid risk management plan. Okay, use a solid risk management plan. Develop a profitable trading strategy. Everything all together. Okay, avoid scalping. Scalping is not avoid it. It's not negotiable. Avoid it. It's not a trading. It's not, even as they said that 90% of forex traders fail. 97% of scalpers, they fail. Only few. Don't flip. Don't. How many flippers are successful? So I just need to digress on that. Okay, stick to your plan and refine it over time. Master trading psychology. Mastering trading psychology just simply means you master yourself. Okay, keep a trading journal. Okay, stay consistent and patient. That thing that is giving you results, continue with it. Sorry, and be patient. Okay, be patient. Okay, be patient. One thing that has been given to every one of us, you can see the symbol I use here, is time or speed. Okay, one thing that is very important is that every one of us were given that time. That's why you say that learn how to spend your time. Some people spending, they use the word a form of currency. Okay, some people can blow away their time, they can spend it, they can lavish it, but learn how to use your own time very well. Remember this statement every time: forex trading is a marathon, not a sprint. Okay, stick to your plan and avoid impulsive decision. Okay, surround yourself with, one of these days I will talk about how to avoid impulsive decision. There's a technique I've already created on that. Maybe that's going to be our next training also. Okay, surround yourself with like-minded traders. Get a community that will always develop you, but don't just be a parasite on that community. These are things that people do, and I see them every time. You always want to to do the analysis. You always want this person to do this analysis. No, contribute to that community. Don't be a parasite in that community. Develop the community and let the community what? Develop you. Okay. So let us just have a glance of everything I've talked about. Most traders fail due to poor risk management, lack of strategy, emotional trading, and not learning from mistakes. Okay, the key thing to success: education, discipline, risk management, and consistency. Final advice: be patient, keep learning, and trade smart. Okay, before I attend any question, okay, 90% of traders fail because they ignore the basics. Master the basics and you will be among the 10% of a successful trader. Thanks for attending this. I remain my humble self, James Toby Samuel. I want over to Mr. Westbellis now if there's any question. But before I do that, I wanted to add something, a slide to this, but I think I forget. Let me just do a quick review on that. There's a master class coming soon. Now, who are those people that should join this master class? If you have knowledge, a beginner, a complete beginner, because this master class is going to be divided into two, for complete beginners, and then we have a segment for those that they can analyze. Analysis is not their problem. Okay, analysis is not their problem, but they are not yet profitable. These 3 months is what I am beating my chest, that if you do everything that is going to be explained in this training, you don't have any choice than to become a profitable trader. You don't have any choice than to become a profitable trader. You don't have any choice than to become. Thank you, sir, for that. I don't have it here with me. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so the information is already on the screen. Okay, it's 3 months, starting from next month. Okay, every other things that is needed, you will meet me there. Mr. Westbellis also will be there. Okay, and the cost of, for those of you that have been our student before, passed through our learning before, the cost is that will be 30. I can't remember now. But for the new student income is 42. Mr. Westbellis is going to give us more information about that. Thanks for joining.